The tree must be at least 5 meters in girth size and possess qualities like aesthetic, botanical, cultural, social, and historical value.
Imagine stepping into Singapore's natural retreats. When you're out walking, the breeze feels good, the shade is cool, and all around you, trees. They weren't planted by chance or just to look nice. In Singapore, greenery is part of the plan. It took time, care, and people working quietly behind the scenes. So next time you're surrounded by green and wonder, who made this possible? Sometimes the answer sits quietly in the open, in the quietest places. At first, this looks like just another traffic junction. But tucked quietly into the corner is a tree that's different.
Here is the heritage tree called the Karuning Kirap. It is estimated to be 100 years old. Somewhere around in the early 1920s, the tree is already there. And just by looking at the sheer height of it, it is now standing at 37 meters tall. But it has the potential to reach to another 30 meters height. So it's really very majestic. And to qualify as a heritage tree, the tree must be at least 5 meters in girth size and possess qualities like aesthetic, botanical, cultural, social, and historical value.
So how do you care for a tree that's been around for over 100 years? You call in the tree doctor. They're known as arborists. And Jia Hua is one of over 200 at Singapore's National Parks Board, working to keep trees healthy and standing strong.
I'm using the binoculars to look for dead, decay, and diseased branches.
Today, he's noticed a few dry branches near the top hanging loose. Better to remove them now before they become a hazard. The loose branches are cleared, but a healthy-looking tree doesn't always mean it's healthy inside. It's time to look a little deeper. Jia Hua's using a tool called sonic tomography. It works a bit like an ultrasound, but for trees.
We will place sensors around the trunk and knock it with a sounding hammer, which will send sound waves through to the wood, and it will be recorded by the sensors to measure the velocity. The computer will use the data to churn out a tomogram.
Here's how the tomogram works. Brown shows solid, healthy wood. That's a good sign. Green? Not ideal. Could be early signs of stress. Purple means decay. And blue? That's a cavity, the one you want to avoid. To be thorough, Jia Hua also uses a resistance drill. It goes deep and picks up on resistance, signs of decay or damage.
Basically, we'll drill a hole into the wood and measure the wood's resistance. Less resistant would mean there could potentially be a decay in the tree itself.
The results are in. This 100-year-old giant is healthy and holding strong. There are over 200 heritage trees across Singapore, like the iconic rain trees along Connaught Drive. They're old, yes, but full of history.
They were planted in the 1800s, and now they're considering more than 130 years old. And they have witnessed historic events like the independence of Singapore, and also Singapore celebrating its first National Day I feel very honored and blessed to work with these heritage trees to keep them healthy as long as possible.
From Cranwell Road to Connaught Drive and the Singapore Botanic Gardens, these trees trace pieces of Singapore's story. The Singapore Botanic Gardens, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is more than just a park. It's one of Singapore's oldest green spaces and home to nearly a quarter of Singapore's heritage trees.
We have probably the highest density of really nice heritage trees in a small area. The reason being the garden is over 160 years old, and many of these trees have been here since the beginning or even earlier than the gardens.
If anyone knows these heritage trees inside and out, it's Dr. Therese. She spent years with them, watching them grow over time.
The heritage trees by nature are generally bigger, older trees, so we do have extra checks in place to make sure that they are safe and how they are doing.
Today, 2 of NParks' certified climbers are here for a routine check on this marsh pulai, a swamp forest tree that has been here before the gardens were founded. It stands at roughly 30 meters tall. To climb it, they first set a line.
So they will catapult the end of the line up and hook it over an appropriate, strong, sturdy branch that will be their anchor point in the top part of the tree.
The climb begins with the help of ascenders that grip the rope and prevent slipping. Once they're up, the real work begins.
So you might want to be inspecting a certain branch. We also go up to the tops of trees sometimes to collect samples. So when you want to see the details of flowers or something is happening in the tree climbers sometimes go up to access and bring back samples.
Out of all the heritage trees here, one stands out, the tambusu. The tambusu has stood in the Botanic Gardens since the 1800s, outlasting wars, city growth, and generations of Singaporeans. Featured on the $5 note and protected as a heritage tree, it's more than just a tree. It's a symbol of endurance, grace, and the city's heritage.
I think especially in a place like Singapore, which is very high pace of development and change, means our landscapes are changing all the time, heritage trees are a really nice anchor to the past and a specific place. It's so meaningful to be able to know that this tree has been here for generations.
Many of today's heritage trees have stood for decades, but future ones often start right here, in a nursery. This is where each tree takes root and prepares for life in the city.
Pasir Panjang Nursery is the largest nursery in Singapore managed by NParks. It's the size of 16 football fields, and at any given time we house over 2,000 species of plants, which will eventually enhance our parks, line our roads, and also beautify all your various public spaces across Singapore.
Arthur is part of the team that helps make that happen, nurturing them from seed to sapling. For example, the fruit of the Terrina fragrance, a rare coastal species found in Singapore's swamp forests. Inside, seeds, small, precious, and carefully extracted by hand.
Once that is done, we will start off by preparing a propagation tray with specially selected soil media. And so once we prepare the trays, we will carefully plant seeds into them.
Once they sprout, seedlings are transferred into bags, giving them room to root and grow. After months of slow growth, they're moved into full sun, a small step closer to life beyond the nursery.
When I raise a young tree, we look out for good form and good structure, typically an upright structure, and it really shows that the tree is growing very well.
What Arthur is nurturing today could be what future generations of arborists like Jia Hua protect a century from now.
There's a saying that really resonates with our work. Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree here a long time ago. And this really makes the work very meaningful for us.
From nursery to street, sapling to giant, every tree is guided by quiet hands behind the scenes. In a city that's always moving, it's the trees, their shade, their stillness that invite us to pause. Because some things are worth slowing down for.